Hello student, in last class I have introduced you chapter 5th, that is complex number. What the complex number is, how the complex number is going to be generated, that we have discussed in last class. Now property regarding addition of two complex number I have discussed pointwise. So today I am going to continue with the properties for multiplication of a complex number, and we will discuss some more theoretical points along with the questions from the first exercise. So let's start first with the properties for multiplication of complex number. In the beginning we have written one property regarding the addition of complex number, that was the closure one. That means if you are going to be add any of the two complex number, again the answer will come out as a complex number form, so it is considered as a closure property. So here also in form of a multiplication, the same property it will be implemented. So the first property is a closure property. So let Z1 and Z2 are two complex numbers, then Z1 into Z2 is also a complex number form. Means answer you will have as a two part, real part and a imaginary part. Now the second is a commutative law. Commutative law means if you change the order of the multiplication, answer is changing or not, that we have to discuss about. So just to justify your any of the property, you can select any complex number as a Z1 and Z2 and then go for verification for your more proficiency. So here again let Z1 and Z2 are complex numbers such that Z1 into Z2 you write or Z2 into Z1 you write, the answer you will get with the same solution form. So commutative law also associate with your this multiplication of complex number. Now the third one is associative law. In case of the associative, normally we talk about the three combinations. So here in place of the two complex number, you have to talk about the three complex number and their change of the order for multiplication. So here let Z1, Z2 and Z3 are complex number such that Z1, Z2, Z3 is same as Z1, Z2 and outside it is Z3. So it come under the associative law. Now the fourth, that is a multiplication identity. Multiplicative identity means you have to introduce one complex number in such a way that if you multiply to any of the complex number, again the same complex number you generate. Normally for a normal case, suppose A is any of the numbers, so 1 we write normally as a multiplicative identity. So here in a complex number form, obviously the identity also will be in a complex form. So here for any complex number, let suppose any of the complex number we are having said, a unique complex number means 1 plus 0 into I is a multiplicative identity. That means Z into that 1 plus 0i, if you write, final answer definitely you will get it as a 0. So this is a multiplicative identity, it is fixed or it is unique for all complex number. Everywhere it will remain same. Now the main part or the important task is the multiplicative inverse, and that you have to evaluate also in the question. So here how to find multiplicative inverse. Normally we write any of the inverse in such a way that after multiplying to the main number, again you will generate a multiplicative identity. So here in our case, for any of the complex number, means for Z inverse is a multiplicative inverse such that Z into Z inverse will give you 1. Now how to find this Z inverse? So normally it can be written as a Z inverse is equal to 1 upon Z. Now its solution also we will write in a normal form. So as a formula form this will be used. So let's discuss this inverse in a detail. Now we were discussing about the multiplicative inverse. So we have written Z inverse as a 1 upon Z. So let's suppose your Z is nothing A plus IB, that the normal case we normally write. So here we are trying to evaluate your multiplicative inverse for given Z. So Z inverse you will write as a 1 upon A plus IB form. This form is not allowed as a answer form. If any of the question is giving you third form, so that in a denominator form, that is also not allowed in a final answer form. And if any of the question is available in such a way that the imaginary part is existing in your denominator, so that also we will not allowed as a final answer form. So in that case it is to be rationalized. When you are going for rationalization, opposite side of the middle one you will multiply and divide. So here this is to be proceed as A minus IB, A minus IB. Make them multiply A minus IB. This is A plus B, A minus B form. You know this formula form. So this is to be implemented here. A square minus iota B whole square. This is A minus IB upon A square. This is minus iota square B square. We know iota square is equal to minus 1. Substitute over here. So A minus IB will give you A square plus B square. So this will be your inverse for given complex number form. So if any of the question is available with this standard form A plus IB, so at that time its inverse you will write this way, or the same process you can implement for the given complex form. Or if you want to write this one in an ordered pair form, that also you can write over here as A upon A square plus B square minus B upon A square plus B square. In ordered pair form, answer is acceptable. So this is the direct formula form you can write as a multiplicative inverse for a given complex number. Now the last property associated with your multiplication is a distributory law. We know in distributory law, addition and multiplication both we can apply at the same time. So the last property is a distributory law. Let Z1, Z2 and Z3 are complex number such that Z1 into Z2 plus Z3, if you want to write, it can be written as Z1 into Z2 plus Z1 into Z3. So this way you can implement multiplication as well as addition to the complex number. So distributive law is allowed here. Here you can change the order also, means this way you can write it down for second formation. Here also the method will be remain same, Z1 into Z3 and Z2 into Z3. So this way also you can change the position of a complex number, but the answer form you will get with the same type of combination. So it was all about the properties regarding the multiplication of a complex number. Now we are going to move towards the next point, that is evaluation of the modulus and conjugate for a given complex number. First we try to understand how to define conjugate for given complex number. What is the symbol we will use for? So first we talk about conjugate of a complex number. So basically Z is available as a plus IB form. Here we are interested to write its a conjugate. So conjugate of Z you can express as a symbol Z bar. Now here conjugate means whatever the sign it is written before your iota term, it is to be changed. Means if plus is written, you will write it as negative sign. If negative is written, you will write as a positive one. Real part is not going to change with the respective sign. Only the imaginary part you will concerned about change of the sign. So this Z bar is expressed as a minus IB form. Now next we are going to write here modulus of a complex number. So for given Z, a plus iota b form, if you want to write its modulus value, means the absolute value, both are having the same meaning. So the modulus you can written is, this is the modulus of Z. It can be expressed as this Z enclosed by standing line, and the formula you will write for that is a square of the real part plus square of the imaginary part and make its square root. So this will give you the value for modulus of Z, modulus of any of the Z. Normally the student make a mistake over here while writing the modulus of Z is what normally we find. This is the Z we have written. They are not bothered about the multiples of I. So what is in real practice? Square of this A and square of this IB. So that writing will be considered wrong because it will interfere your sign over here. You can check out what the difference you are having as an answer form. This is. So actual answer is this much, A square plus B square, but normally students are writing this way. So please take care of this matter. Iota, don't write what the multiple of iota with plus and minus sign you are having. That is only you have to consider as a second term. So please don't write this way. Follow this formula or this relation to find out its absolute solution. Now if you look at these three terms, Z, Z bar and this modulus of Z, one interrelation in between these three you can establish as if you multiply Z and Z bar, what will you have? This is A plus IB, this is A minus IB. If you make them multiply, what will you have? A square minus IB whole square means A square. Iota square is minus 1, so this will give you A square plus B square. What is it? Square of this term means This is giving you this much. So one interrelation, or this is very important relation, you can generate over here. This you can use as a formula form also. Z into Z bar is equal to modulus of Z whole square. So as an identity, as a formula, this relation you can implement as per the requirement of the question. So this is about the conjugate and its modulus. Now we are going to attend some question from the exercise, in which in the beginning of the exercise questions are given with the various combination with the different power also. So that is to be sought out, and you have to convert given question in form of the standard, that is a plus ib form, standard form of a complex number. So let's try to understand how to express your question in a standard form. So we start with exercise 5.1, in which first to 10 question all are based on the same category. Different categories are available, different combinations are available, and everywhere you will generate a plus ib form, means the standard form. So let's start with the first one itself. This is your 5 minus 3i upon 5. Two terms are written with the multiplication form. This is the very simplest form available, but we start with the same. Now this is written with the multiplication form. Terms can be, numbers can be cancelled out. So this 5 we cancel. Minus 3 iota into iota, iota square. This iota square you will write as a minus 1. Everywhere the same thing you will implement. Minus 3 into minus 1 means finally 3 will come out with the answer form. Now final answer form everywhere you will write as a plus ib form. Here a means the real part. No imaginary part you have evaluated here. So this is to be expressed as a multiple of 0. But finally the answer form should be in a proper form. Real part as well as imaginary part it should contain. Now we look at second part, in which higher order of I is being discussed, that is I power 9 plus I power 19. So as I told you in first lecture that if you are dealing with the higher order of the iota and with the higher multiples with the iota base, try to convert as multiples of 2. And here both the powers are carrying with the odd combination. So even combination and odd combination means single iota you make separate. So here this iota with power 9 we will write as iota with power 8 into I. Next you will write as iota with power 18 into iota. Now from here, this is the iota power 8 means iota square with power 4 into iota. Here it is iota square with power 9 into iota. From here you can say iota is a common one. Iota square means minus 1 with power 4. Here again iota square means minus 1 with power 9. So what you are having here, minus 1 with power 4 means plus 1. Minus 1 with power 9 is minus 1. So this way it is cut. 0 you will have means iota into 0. So final answer you are getting here is a 0. Okay. Now it is to be expressed as a plus iota b form. So that will be a plus iota b form. That will be the thing. 0 only you are getting. So 0 plus iota into 0. Anyhow, you will express your answer in form of a required standard form. Doesn't matter you are getting 0 or single answer or a real or imaginary, both parts you are getting as a answer form. So this way higher order questions you will attend. Okay. Now next we are going to attend question number 5. In fifth one, you see 1 minus iota minus 1 plus iota 6 is available as a question form. So obviously first of all we have to make a separation of real and imaginary part and then finally make it combined. So here it is 1 minus iota, minus plus 1, this is your minus 6 iota. Make real part combine to the real one, imaginary to the even. So this 1 and 1 will add means 2. This minus 6 and minus 6 will add with the negative sign means it will give you minus 7 iota. So this is itself available in form of A plus IB form. So A plus IB form is equal to 2 minus 7i. Now next we are going to move towards question number 7. In seventh one, 3 brackets are available. 1 upon 3 plus 7 iota upon 3, it is a 1 bracket, added with the 4 plus iota upon 3, make this bracket close, minus 4 upon 3 plus iota. Now first of all, we just make solution of this big bracket in which 2 different brackets are combined and then multiply with negative sign with these 2 terms, return with the third bracket and then finally make all term combines. So this is your real part to real part, no negative sign is present, so nothing is to be multiplied with the negative sign or plus sign. So here this is the 1 upon 3 plus 4 means real part we will make it combined, plus iota we will take common. So 7 by 3 plus 1 upon 3. Make your bracket close. Now then multiply with the negative sign. So this is minus plus 4 by 3 minus iota. Now here go for taking LCM, that will give you 12 plus 1 13 by 3 plus here it is your 8 by 3 8 iota upon 3 plus 4 upon 3 minus iota. So finally we will make 3 LCM. This is 13 plus 8 iota plus 4 minus 3 iota. So real part add with the real part means it is 17, 13 plus 4, 8 minus 3 means plus 5 iota upon 3. Now make these two separate to form a standard form. So this will be your 17 by 3 plus 5 upon 3 iota. So final answer you will write in form of A plus IB is 17 by 3 plus 5i upon 3. So this way, this type of question also you can handle. Now the next form we are going to discuss question number 8. In 8th one, your expression is available as a 1 minus iota with power 4. Now how to handle this situation? There are two ways to find it out its solution. First one is make the expansion with the power 4 and then find out the solution. That will be quite bulky. And one shortest way we are having, so that only we are going to be adopted here, that is 1 minus iota whole square with the whole square form. This power 4 you can adjust that way. Now inside the bracket make the expansion with respect to this square is a 1 plus iota square minus 2 iota whole square. Now this is your 1, iota square will give you minus 1 minus 2 iota. Make it square. This 1 and minus 1 cut. This is minus 2 iota whole square. Make it square. So this will give you 4. This is again iota square. Iota square again you will write as minus 1. So this is minus 4. So this way this expression you will sort out as a minus 4 solution. Now express in a plus IB form. So that is your minus 4 plus 0 into I. Multiple of the imaginary part is 0. Now the next is a cubic form we are going to discuss. That is your question number 10. In 10th one, your expression is available as minus 2 minus I upon 3 with a cubic power. Now here first of all this minus we are going to carry outside the bracket. So minus 1 whole cube 2 plus I upon 3 whole cube. We know expansion regarding a plus b whole cube. So that only we are going to be right over here. This will give you minus. So keep it outside. Now inside the bracket make it expand. That is 2 cube plus iota upon 3 whole cube plus 3 into 2 square into iota upon 3 plus 3. I hope you all are clear about expansion of a plus b whole cube. So I am writing it plus iota upon 3 whole square. A cube plus b cube 3a square b plus 3ab square. This way you will write its expansion. Now keeping this minus outside, 2 cube means 8. Iota cube means minus iota. 3 cube means 27. Here this will be cut. This is your 4 iota. Here this is plus 6 into iota square upon 9. Now further make it to sort out. This iota square you will write as minus 1. Where is iota cube you will write as iota square into iota means minus iota. Make it replace. This is 8. This is minus iota upon 27 plus 4 iota. This will give you, cancel it by 3. So iota square will give you minus. So this is 2 by 3. Make real part and imaginary part combine. So this is minus 8 minus 2 upon 3, 1 bracket. Here you can take iota common. So this is your 4 minus 1 by 27. So make it sort out. 24 minus 2, 22 by 3 plus 27 into 4, 108 minus 1 you will have as a 107 iota upon 27. Now make them separate out. This is minus 22 upon 3 minus 107 I by 27. So this is the final form what you are having as a plus IB. So the final form you will express as a plus IB means minus 22 upon 3 minus 107 iota upon 27. So this way if you are dealing with a higher order you can find out your answer form. So this is the one method or one type of questions you are having in this exercise. Now the next is to find the multiplicative inverse. So how to express your multiplicative inverse I told you in a formula form, so that only you can implement for the given question form. So let's try to find out with the one example over here how to find out multiplicative inverse. So the next question is for 3 type of combination you have to find out it's a multiplicative inverse. So for your reference we are going to take your question number 11 in which your Z is available as a 4 minus 3i. So here what we have to find it out first. A square plus b square. Here a is equal to 4, where b is equal to minus 3. So a square plus b square we will find it out, means 4 square plus minus 3 square. 16 plus 9 means 25. Now multiplicative inverse of z, that is a upon 25 minus bi. So this is 4 plus 3i upon 25. This way it can be sorted out. So this is the multiplicative inverse, means z inverse for given question form. So try to attend. 2 more questions are available in your textbook. So find it out, multiplicative inverse for given combination. So next, somewhat new theory I will introduce to you regarding the complex number. Thank you.